Yes, sir. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, RegDolla. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, sir. We are back. This is the Golden NBA series, and this is the trade deadline special. You heard. So, do me a favor before we really get into this. And rolling, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers as soon as possible, so we can get that. I might gotta sneeze. Nah, I'm good. Good thing I ain't sneeze, because once I sneeze one time, then it just turns into like 5 or 6 in a row. But starting at the trades, uh, we're gonna start from the recent trades. First trade was Lonnie Walker to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Short little move right here. Ain't much to really talk about. The next trade that happened, Paul George for Anthony Simons. The Portland Trailblazers were lacking another uh, wing defender. Let's take a look at that roster. It was Anthony Simons and Ricky Cruz in the backcourt. They giving up 40 a game. They're probably giving up 40 a game in that backcourt. Neither one of them are defenders. They're both like 6'2", and not the biggest frames. Then we got MPJ at small forward. We know what he could be. So they really was lacking that wing. And Paul George at 6'8", although he is 36 years old, him at 36 years old is definitely a better defender than Anthony Simons. So that was the main reason for this trade. And let's go back to trade deadline. All right. Let's go back down. And also Anthony Simons to the main reason Clippers took this trade because they got Anthony Simons and Bruce Brown. And Paul George is 36, still on a big contract, so they got younger by picking up Anthony Simons. And they asked. And then the next trade that happened, Clippers were active during the last couple months. They traded for DeJounte Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, Devontae Graham, and a first-round pick for DeJounte Murray. So now their backcourt is looking like DeJounte Murray and Anthony Simons. I like that. I like that pairing, and they got a lot younger with this move. And DeJounte is one of the best guard defenders in the league. We got Anthony Simons, one of the best shooters in the league. So that could be a pretty good duo. Kyle Kuznet ended up getting moved. The 76ers on the rebuild, so they traded him to the Orlando Magic, and they got two young pieces in Greg Brown and Asor Thompson. Tough move right there. Isaiah Stewart and Jose Alvarado traded for Daniel Gafford, and I think that was a pretty solid move, getting them more rim protection for the Toronto Raptors. Seth Curry and a first-round pick for Ayo Dosunmu, and this is another wing, someone that could guard on the wing and help and improve this defense. And the Bulls acquired the asset and a first-round pick and Seth Curry, who's probably going to be coming off the book soon because he's probably going to retire. And a big trade right here. Anthony Davis and Kyle Hennessy traded for Miles Bridges, Jordan Clarkson, Grayson Allen, and a first-round lottery-protected pick. You're probably like, why the hell did they do this? But hear me out. Miles Bridges is on an expiring contract. Jordan Clarkson on an expiring contract. And Grayson Allen on an expiring contract. They're all making a lot of money, and they come off the books for the Chicago Bulls, and they're going to have a lot of salary cap coming off. Let's go to their team right now. So now peep this. All right, where is that? They ended up trading Miles Bridges, and we're going to get to that. But they have Grayson Allen is expiring. They have Zach LaVine, who's also expiring. Kevin Porter Jr., Tobias Harris. So they have all these expiring contracts coming off the books next year. And AD, it just wasn't working out. Look at it. They're one of the worst. They're legit the worst team in the league with AD. So they did that and ended up getting a first-round pick. It just didn't work out. They're bad. They're bad. Now I'm going to hold you. Surprised Zach LaVine is still here, too. Transaction reports. All right, so the pairing with... Let's take a look at the Hornets. The pairing with AD and LaMelo, I think I like this roster. They got rid of Miles Bridges, and that was kind of creating problems with the Caleb Taylor, Gary Trent, Royal Paris and Miles Bridges pairing because one of them had to come off the bench, and Caleb Taylor was showing that he's the second best player on the team, so he had to start. So they ended up moving Gary Trent to the three, and Royal Paris and Miles Bridges were battling out at the four spot. But they ended up keeping Royal Paris to the four for the floor spacing, and also paired that up with AD, and they still had Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench for rim protection. So when you want to go really big, you could put Anthony Davis and Mitchell Robinson on the court. The rim protection could be insane like that. You still got Gary Trent hounding people, and they also added shooting with Kyle Hennessy. I like this Hornets roster a lot better. They're underachieving this season, and I think this is a great pickup. That's a great pickup. Next trade, another big time trade. Domantas Sabonis, Scotty Brown Jr., Carlton Davis, Malik Monk, and 2 first-round picks for Joel Embiid, Romeo Pettis, J.J. King, and Kevon Looney. Man, blockbuster type trade. Brother gotta have some of that water. Yeah, this is a big trade right here. We got Joel Embiid, who is basically still on the cusp of still probably being superstar with Joel Embiid, pairing up with Luka Doncic. This is about to be a really insane pairing. One of the best pairings that we got in the league today. And the Mavericks are trying to win now. They're trying to win now. Domantas Sabonis was out the center that they were probably going to win it all with just because of the defensive factors. And Carlton Davis and Scotty Brown probably weren't there yet to be that number 2 guy. So they went out and got another superstar to pair up with Luka Doncic. And this is a team that can end up winning it now. And this team was also really average with the squad. So I'm looking after this trade deadline. Maybe they could start to turn around because they're in the play-in hunt right now. At the 9th seed, but they're still 9th in the power rankings. How the hell does that work? So this is basically telling us that this is a way better team than the numbers indicated. And Luka's also battling injury. So now the new starting 5 that they have is Fred VanVleet is still there. Luka, Brandon Boston, who they ended up adding in a trade. Jonathan Isaac, who's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and Joel Embiid at the 5. I think I like this lineup a lot more going forward. Still got Precious Achiuwa. The bench is a little weak, though. It's a little weak. They have a lot of young guys, so who's going to step up? Javon Arthur hasn't really got too much minutes. Romeo Pettis is still pretty young. J.J. King hasn't really played much, and Eddie Houston is also in his rookie year at age 23. So who's going to step up for the Dallas Mavericks bench is the real question going forward. Next trade, we had Josh Hart for Kai Jones. Not too much to really talk about. Onyeka Okongwu for Clint Capella and a first-round pick. And Onyeka was growing tired of OKC. His overall was going down. So they thought it was just better to move on from him. And OKC wants to, they be twerking when they see first-round picks. It's shameless what OKC does when they see a first-round pick. They're just gonna go ahead and get it. Ended up adding Clint Capella to the roster. I'm not too sure if he's there. We go see. Now we got Josh Hart was already on the move. Ended up getting traded again for Andrew Wiggins. Another OKC trade. D'Angelo Russell traded to the Pacers. Deion Jones to the Bulls. Patrick Williams is the main guy that got traded to the OKC Thunder. And the Bulls is really trying to blow it up. I don't know if they got a first round pick. They might have. They didn't show the rest of the trade. Jeremy Grant for Usman Garuba swap. We had a Miles Bridges for Obi Toppin. So Miles Bridges to Utah. I like that fit a lot for him. Better than Chicago because they hot garbage. And Obi Toppin, that's tough. It's tough for him. Damn, Josh Hart got traded again? Bro got traded 3 times. Nah, that's nuts. Josh Hart traded for Zaire Williams. And the last two trades was Dylan Brooks for Brandon Boston and Max Christie for Javon Arthur. And that is a whole trade deadline. The biggest trade, in my opinion, that is probably going to have the most impact was the 76ers trade. And I didn't really talk about it from the 76ers side. There was another team that was needing to blow it up. And the process failed. Failed on its ass. But they ended up picking up Carlton Davis and Scotty Brown. And it looks like they still have potential. Scotty Brown percentage has gone down a little bit, but he's averaging 17 a game, up in his numbers by 6 points. And Carlton Davis as a starter has been playing a little bit better. As a starter, he's averaging 16 a game, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. So he definitely has some potential at age 21. Carlton Davis is going to have some run. Ended up going to be the backcourt mate with him and Tyrese Maxey, the Kentucky backcourt. And I like that a lot. Carlton is a big guard. Tyrese Maxey's 6'2", but he still gets after it defensively. You still have Scotty Brown. You have Asor Thompson, who they also traded for Kyle Kuzma, Kai Jones. So they have a plethora of young guys that they're trying to build a team around. But I hope y'all like this trade deadline episode. We're going to have 2 more games. Then it's going to be the Rising Stars. It's your boy, RegDolla. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Stay safe. Be goated. And I'm out of here.